The mysteries of our past surround us, from the myths we tell to the monuments we have built. Over the years, the past is full of fascinating stories, such as the lost island of Atlantis, and mysterious constructions such as Stonehenge. Our interest in these enigmas has withstood the test of time, and our need to better understand them drives us further into the limitless well of human curiosity. There are endless promises for our future if we combine the discoveries of ancient wonders with the rapid advancement of technology. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at one of the most recent discoveries in Egypt that will blow your mind, the Book of Thoth. The Book of Thoth is a sacred and enigmatic book of the ancient Egyptians. It is said to have been written by Thoth, the ancient Egyptian god of writing and knowledge. This book is considered one of the most mysterious mentioned in the history of mankind. The Book of Thoth is said to contain a number of spells, including one that allows the reader to understand the speech of animals, and another that allows the reader to see the gods themselves. Both abilities are said to be contained in the book. According to the legend, whoever reads the contents of the book will acquire the necessary knowledge to interpret the secrets and become a master of the earth, the sea, the air, and the celestial bodies. The Book of Thoth was written in Greco-Roman times and named after the Egyptian god Thoth, considered the patron god of libraries, scribes, and writing. Thoth is considered the equivalent of the Greek god Hermes, who was considered the guide of souls. Hermes and Thoth were respected as sources of knowledge and wisdom, and Hermeticism grew out of this reverence, emphasizing the transcription of ancient information revealed by the gods in a set of manuscripts known as the Hermetic corpus. These manuscripts became a vast collection of Egyptian and Greek wisdom texts that became known as the Hermetic texts. The Book of Thoth is one of the texts that can be found in this collection. This work is written in the form of a conversation between the instructor Thoth and one of his students, who are referred to by their respective titles, he who praises knowledge and he who loves learning. The extensive content of the book is said to come directly from the mouth of the god Thoth himself. The book covers a wide range of topics, such as rituals, temple building, astrology, geography, and medicine. It is claimed that the Book of Spells was first described in an ancient Egyptian myth, and its first 2 pages contain knowledge that allows the reader to understand the language of animals and attain immortality, as well as perceive the gods, who are normally hidden from mortal eyes. According to the supposed Book of Thoth, humanity is halfway between the angels and the gods, and has a specific duty to create objects of beauty, just like the gods. The book is said to contain the secrets of the gods, the key to tremendous magical power that allows the reader to cast a spell on both the earth and the heavens. Some believe that the Book of Thoth is an ancient alchemist's guide, while others believe that his spells can predict the future. In addition, there are those who maintain that it is actually 3 independent books mixed together for generations. For a long time, this book was lost, and its existence can be traced through legends and stories that have arisen around its supposed magical content. According to mythology, the book was first hidden near Coptos, at the foot of the Nile, where it was kept in a series of boxes guarded by snakes. The Egyptian prince Neferta fought the serpents and obtained the book, but as punishment for stealing Thoth, the gods killed his wife Awur and his son Mera. Neferta committed suicide and was buried along with the book. Ramses the Great, pharaoh of Egypt, had a son named Zedna, who was a connoisseur of all the ancient books and an exceptional magician. While the other princes spent their days hunting or commanding his father's army to protect the confines of the kingdom, Zedna found his greatest happiness when he was left alone to study. He not only could read the oldest hieroglyphic writings on the temple walls, but he was also a skilled scribe who could quickly transcribe the hundreds of signs that made up the ancient Egyptian language. Furthermore, he was a master of magic, having acquired his abilities through the most hidden ancient books that even the priests of Ammonius could not read. One day, While studying the ancient books written on both sides of long papyrus scrolls, he came across the story of another son of Pharaoh several hundred years ago, who had been a great scribe and magician as wise as he was. This man, Neferta, had read the Book of Thoth, through which one could spell both heaven and earth and understand the language of birds and beasts. When Zedna discovered that the Book of Thoth had been buried alongside Neferta in his royal tomb in Memphis, he was determined to find it and absorb all of its wisdom. So she went to his brother Anaru and asked her for help in discovering the book, because without it, life no longer makes sense to me, Zedna told him. I will go with you and stand by you in all dangers, Anaru replied. The two brothers traveled to Memphis and found the tomb of Neferta, son of Amenhotep, the first great pharaoh of that name, who reigned 300 years before them. Entering the tomb, Zedna came to the central room where they lay. There he discovered the prince's body wrapped in linen bandages, motionless and grisly in death. But next to him, on the stone tomb, stood two spectral figures, both of which were manifestations of a lovely young woman and a child. Between them, on Neferta's lifeless chest, lay the Book of Thoth. At that moment, Zedna was led by a lovely woman to kill his own children and humbled himself before Pharaoh. However, Zedna returned the book to Neferta's tomb, having a new revenge after discovering that all this event had been an illusion created by the former prince at the request of the deceased. Zedna also found the bodies of Neferupta's wife and son and buried them in her tomb, sealing it. Later, the narrative describes the Egyptian belief that the knowledge of the gods is not intended for mankind. It is important to mention that the occultist ALEISTER CROWLEY also wrote a book called the Book of Toth, which includes a tarot deck designed by him. Crowley claimed that Thoth himself had dictated the book to him, which also contains a tarot card designed by himself. It is not surprising that there is a connection between the Book of Thoth and the tarot, considering that many people believe that the tarot originated in ancient Egypt and that the true Book of Thoth is a collection of tarot cards rather than a book or papyrus. Another manuscript known as the Emerald Tablets of Thoth is said to exist, which has been translated in such a way that its author can be identified as a priest-king named Thoth, who ruled the legendary city of Atlantis. These tablets are said to have existed for 36,000 years and contain a procedure for making a philosopher's stone that can be used in the transmutation process. It is often assumed that Thoth was a scribe of the gods, and some even hold that the ancient Egyptians believed that the gods would not exist without Thoth's words. According to some ancient writings, he was the author of something of immense biblical importance that would be revealed by someone of his lineage. There could be references to the ancient Book of Spells. The Book of Thoth is believed to be buried in the city of the dead, alongside Prince Neferkepta, although no evidence of its existence has been found so far. Some say it could be under the massive paws of the Sphinx, while others believe it could be found among the hundreds of ancient Egyptian papyrus scrolls currently being translated. While some parts of these manuscripts are known to be related to the Book of Thoth, the magic mentioned in these texts is not understood in the traditional sense. Instead, the book is claimed to contain the secret to understanding the world as it is. Instead of focusing on predicting the future, it is seen as a way to make sense of invisible phenomena like the seasons, disease, and the cycle of day and night. These ancient manuscripts also mention spells from the Book of Thoth, but they are actually prayers rather than magic spells. However, the scriptures allude to the fact that the human being is halfway to God, which agrees with the legends. Mention is also made of the mysticism of death and rebirth, although no reference is made to the ancient Book of Thoth papyrus to the tarot. Only one thing is certain: no one knows what lies within the pages of the true Book of Thoth, unless it is discovered. Many people believe that once this book is found, we can go back to living in a perfect world. Furthermore, all the ancient Egyptian myths related to the Book of Thoth can be classified as warnings, since those who discover the book and the stories also face misfortune and suffering. Anyone who tries to read the Book of Thoth is punished by the gods, since divine knowledge is not intended for humanity. Would you venture to read something from this book? Tell us about it in the comments section.